How is it hiking the Yellow River section of the Florida Trail? Come along, and let's find out. I don't know if you could hear that. I believe that's a fox squirrel. They are an endangered species. It's up in there making this little rattling noise, sending a warning. Anyways, quite interesting. You don't see them and I don't see it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's up in those cypress trees back there behind me. Very cool. A lot of bamboo down in here. So this is, and it's so thick, this trail. I'm having to have the camera in front of me here because I'm hitting stuff. I like to do it to the side, but it's super thick. Now it's opening up a little. Look at that. It is gorgeous down in here, but it is thick, 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 thick. A lot of long needle pine, long leaf pine, cypress and cedar. But yeah, it's a river bottom. Beautiful, going down, still going down here. Check back in with you guys here shortly. Oh my goodness, what is that? That looks like a little cypress bottom to the left of me there. The sun's coming that way, so I don't think I can film that too well. But oh, it's gorgeous down in here. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, check back in with you in a minute. Good morning. Making my way down the Yellow River section of the Florida Trail. It's only been about, 15, 20 minutes. I'm sure you see that I'm wearing orange. And it's pretty bright orange. It's hunting season, and even though it's not gun season yet, it is archery season, and I'd hate to get an arrow across these little bushes here. I would hate to get an arrow or a crossbow bolt in the head. You say, well, they can see you. It's an archer. You've got to get pretty much on them. I don't trust them, and I'm not trying to get an arrow in the head. So I'm wearing orange, and I've got a cap too. I'll be fully oranged up, blaze orange in the winter when it's rifle season. Because if they glass you, that's the scope. If they glass you from afar, something moving, sadly, a lot of these hunters, they won't check to see if it's got antlers and it's what they need to be. It's moving, they'll shoot it, and let's go see if it's got horns after the fact. So, yeah, I'm wearing orange. Mama didn't raise no dummy. No, she didn't. All right, making my way. This area is thick and gorgeous. Check back in with you guys here shortly. Walking down here, coming to a little crossing. Ooh, look at that. Don't see a placard anywhere, so I'm not sure which little creek this is. Maybe there's one up ahead. A lot of these are labeled simply Cannon Creek. They're basically just a runoff, and there's not much of a crossing there. That's a stump, so I want to be real careful. Looks like there's a hewn piece of wood across over there, but not really sure. I'm going to cross. I don't need water. It is clear. I see that it is clear. I can see the bottom of it. If I needed water, I could collect water. I'm not going to. You can see down in there, it's flowing. quite nice down in here. And with the temperature being as low as it is, I don't really have to worry about bugs right now. I am seeing some flies fly around, but yeah, I'm just going to pass through. But it is gorgeous down in here. Big old cypress bog down there. If you can see that back in the background back there. Gorgeous. Gorgeous down in there. Thick. I could walk down in there and film. Maybe. Let's go. Let's go down in there and look. Now, it is cool, so I have not sprayed myself yet with DEET, but I think I'm going to here in a moment. Yeah, let's get down in here and look. Bunch of cypress knees. Look at that. Beautiful down in there. White oak, cypress, deer heaven. Matter of fact, I don't know if you can see it. There is a huge game trail going from there. It goes all the way up into there. A lot of animals have been up in here, especially deer. Beautiful. Yellow River, section of the Florida Trail. A very thick canopy in here. I've had to duck and crawl a little bit under some bushes and shrubs that have fallen across the trail. Let me show you. Kind of like that. See that in the trail there? I'm either going to have to climb that or go under it. Yeah, so I am actually going to push it down. It's actually rotten. Go ahead and break it and get it out of the way completely and make my way. That'll help somebody else who comes behind me. More crawling and ducking and getting down. It is thick in here. Down on the Yellow River section of the Florida Trail. Beautiful and thick. I did spray myself with DEET in preparation of the bugs, because I do see that mosquitoes are starting to take flight. Temperature is warming up a little. And when I see those, I know the rest of them are all starting to crawl and squirm and make their way, try to get a meal, and I don't want to be the meal. Oh, it's pretty down in here. Oh, I don't know, the sun's going to blow that out. Beautiful. Cypress and cedar. Okay, looks like it's got me. Let's see, backtrack, don't get lost now, Joe. I see the blaze. It's going to have me go down into this little bog here. I'll check back in with you guys shortly. I need to focus. Stay on trail. All right, coming to first road crossing here. And the trail continues on. Over there, you can see the sign there in the middle. Yep. I believe that's the river down there. Because I see a truck with a boat trailer. So that's the river. Nobody's coming that way. Nobody's coming that way. And we're going to carry on. I don't know if you guys saw that in that last clip back there. I just passed a road crossing or a trail crossing. One went down to the boat ramp and there was a sign that said tent. And sure enough, I looked to the right and there was a tent over there. I didn't want to stop and check it out. They could be hikers that haven't got up yet. Some people hike many miles. Coming into a burnt area here. See all that? All burnt. I've done some burning. But yeah, I didn't want to stop and film and make a bunch of noise. Let them sleep. Let them sleep in and get their rest. Pretty with all that burnt area. The sun's gonna has been blowing that out. But yeah, so I didn't stop. The trail's gonna continue on. This little dirt road to the river is down there. And so there's a lot of activity in this area because of that boat ramp that's down there. And then I did see at that little campsite, there was a tent. I just walked right by it. I didn't stop, but I'm gonna carry on. There's the blaze, there's the trail, onward. Hiking the Yellow River section of the Florida Trail. I am actually going northbound, which takes me west towards Pensacola. This is actually the Yellow River Water Management Area, which is state managed wildlife area. There's a lot of hunting in here and boating and fishing, camping, hiking, among other activities. People do bring their horses, not down on the Florida Trail, but they do take their horses and do horseback riding in here. There are some communities like Holt that are in this local area. I have seen some houses. Got the sun here behind me, and it's thick in here, so I'm trying to maneuver. Yeah, it's quite beautiful in here. You can see all that red and orange. They've done a lot of burning recently. That makes it to where you don't have as much forest fires, or when the fires start, they don't have as much kindling to burn. And then next season, when all the sprouts come up, there'll be a lot more food for the animals. Yeah, it's gorgeous in here. I'll check back in with you guys here shortly. Look at that. That's where a tree has fallen across the trail. They've cut the tree down, but it has pulled up the roots, and there is a den in there. Well, if you can see even further down in there, but then there's a hole up underneath there that goes quite down. A really smart animal has made itself a protected den hole. I'm not going to disturb it. I'm going to leave it be and go on my way down the trails. But that is quite neat and beautiful. Little runoff there. I think this is one of the creeks they call Tannin or Tannish. Little bridge that crosses it. It is flowing. It is clear. I could gather water if I wanted to. I'm not gonna. I don't really need it, and the skeeters are bad down here. Had someone ask me, what do you do for a living? How can you afford to go hiking all the time? Well, for one, I don't go hiking all the time. I hike when I can. And I do a lot of short sectional hikes. But to answer the question, I'm a carpenter by trade. I have a small remodeling company, and that's what I do. A lot of painting and trim, cabinetry, some flooring, repairs and stuff like that. But that's what I do. I am a carpenter. Okay, hope that answers your question. Back to the beautiful trail, and it is gorgeous in here. I've never been in the Yellow River section of the Florida Trail ever, and it is very unique. It's different than any of them I've been in so far. It is beautiful in here. Hilly, because it's going along that river basin down there. I've done some burning, so you get this orange and then the verdant green. Even though it is the middle of November, it's still green. We've only had a couple little cold spells. Nothing, it hasn't frozen yet, but it's beautiful. I know I say that a lot. My father-in-law will say, you say everything's beautiful, because it is. It's gorgeous. Check back in with you in a bit. All these large, beautiful mushrooms on the side of the trail. These are growing out of the burnt area. They're fresh. And they are quite beautiful. I don't know if those are the reindeer mushroom that grow over in Europe. The red ones with the speckle thing on them, I think they're hallucinogen. I don't think these are those. They are quite beautiful. I'm not going to touch them or mess with them, but they are large. That one in the center is as big as a cantaloupe. I have come to a dirt road crossing. Well used and maintained. Not sure which one this is. Road goes that way and that way. Nobody's coming. I am going to go ahead and cross over to where the blaze is there in the middle. Carrying on. I am very happy to announce that there have not been any spiders so far crossing the trail. Now, there's obviously all this burning, and I don't know how old when that was done. It looks pretty recent, and that would wipe out the spiders in this area. I haven't seen a single spider web across the trail. Maybe that'll change. Either way, oh, look at this. Look at that little den. Yes. Fallen tree with a den in there. I see tracks going into it. I am not going to mess with that at all. There's something down there living. Oh, that sun's coming up. Getting warm. I'm gonna have to change out here in a bit. I did take off the lower shirt, and then I've got these spiffy underpants that I wear when it's cool in the morning. But look at that. Now that is all called second growth or third or whatever, where they have harvested the trees, these long leaf pine trees. It's beautiful. You can see that they're in rows. You see those rows? Well, they've come through and harvested the big ones years ago. They've been harvesting this for over 100 years, and then they'll plant. So these are probably 30 or 40 years old. And then in another 20 years or sooner, they'll come in here and harvest them again and plant again. That's what they do. This is all state land, and that's what they do. It's their land, and they can harvest trees, and then they replant, and then they do it again. Second growth. Beautiful, isn't it? Those palmettos, after they've been burned. Strange looking. I hear water. I hear water. Oh, and I am coming to a crossing. And there is a hewn log. Ooh, it looks gnarly and old, but it's there, and I'm going to use it. I wonder if there's a sign. Oh, and there's a rope or a steel cable, a little hand cable there to cross it. Quite beautiful. Do not see a sign. I will check on far out here shortly and let you know. But yeah, I'm gonna cross it. I'm gonna cross it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I'm gonna cross it. They've got the base of that thing secured with a cable so it don't rock and roll around. Quite pretty. Secured to a gum tree and a big old cedar tree. Pretty down here. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Check that in with you guys here shortly. I can cross and make my way up. Yep. walking along here, past that stream back there. I've actually passed like 3. One of them didn't have any water in it. And so I looked at far out. There's no map, or there's no placard for any of those. And so what it is those are all called tannic, Tannic stream. That comes from the word tannin. It's what leaves do to water, make it like a T. But they're small. There's no name for those, so there's no placard. And I am still passing through this burnt area of all this second growth pine forest. There is a road. See how it's green back behind the burnt orange? There is a road over there, and there have been a couple cars or trucks pass by and parallel me a couple times. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure when this is going to take a southern turn and head towards the river a little. I know that, believe it or not, even though this is called the Yellow River section of the Florida Trail, it doesn't go around the Yellow River. It doesn't actually go down to the Yellow River like the Cimarron Trail section on Eglin does, which is right there on the river. This is up off the river. It is gorgeous in here. I'm going to turn this and look how they have positioned or planted all that second growth. I don't want the sun to blow it out, but look at that row of trees. Just seems to go and go forever. I don't know if you can see that. It is beautiful. And with all this undergrowth that's been burnt, you can see far. It's pretty in here. I haven't seen anybody. I did see that one tent back there. I'll probably run into somebody. I have seen tracks. There's been a lot of footprints, and this trail looks heavily used. But we'll see here shortly if I run into somebody. I may do a small interview if I do. Check back in with you in a bit. Trail is going down and down and down. Temperature is changing just a little bit, cooling off as it goes down, leaving all that burnt area because there's going to be some water up here. I've looked at the map. Apparently, it's called Julian Creek. That will be the next. There it is. I see it. I see a log crossing. This is Julian Creek. Maybe there'll be a sign. I haven't seen any signs yet. Maybe, yep, I think I do see a sign. Oh, there's a swamp down in here. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, it's pretty. And it's flowing. Oh, and it's quite deep. Julian Creek, look at you. Yeah, that's about 18 feet wide. And it is quickly flowing. It is clear. There is a hewn log to cross it with a hand rope here. Nice little hand rope. Oh yeah. I am going to stop for a minute, drink water, and fill up here and carry on. But yes, Julian Creek, you are quite beautiful. Let's cross this, Julian Creek. Yeah, it's shaky, shaky, shaky. It is. Let's look here to the south. To the north. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that little cypress growing in the middle of that water there. Pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and cross. This bridge is leaning a little, so it's not completely flat. I'll hop down. What's the sign say? It says Julian Creek. And that's not your standard Florida Trail sign that I've normally seen. I'm wondering who put that up. Yes. Out here on Julian Creek. Road turns to the left. It looks like a whole trail here. Yeah, it goes down this road, off the wooded trail and onto this road here, but it doesn't look like it's very well used. I see more animal tracks than anything. I see blazes way up ahead, so I know I'm going the right way. Goes down this little trail, this little road, logging road. Check back in with you shortly. Thinking about all the deer. It's open season, archery. I'm seeing a lot of deer tracks out here. These deer are very smart. I wonder if they know when the season opens. I'm serious. If they just disappear. I know a guy once told me that you ever see deer on the side of the road and they just, cars passing by and they're just grazing. They don't mind. But if you were to stop, they run off. Just like people walking. See, I'm seeing tracks right now. People walking on the Florida Trail. These deer that live in this area, the local deer, they're used to seeing people. So this hunter said to me, and he shouldn't do this. He said, man, I'll just set up there near the Florida Trail because they're used to seeing people. And I know some military environmentalist guys, civil service guys, and they tell me that these deer are so used to us in our vehicles, we'll just drive by and we'll walk by. He says, but as soon as we stop, even if they're walking and they're all talking, they'll just sit there and watch you. But if you stop, the deer are aware and they'll take off. Yeah, just something interesting about these deer during hunting season, them being aware of us, humans, hunters. Came across these deer track here. One on the right is an adult deer. One to the left's a baby. It's a baby there following mama. It's almost got its hoof prints right there in mama's print. Adorable. So I have walked down this logging road for probably a quarter of a mile, and it looks like there's a blaze turning to the right. We are going to leave the trail. That's a fresh post. I've had people miss it. So, yeah, turning to the right. Off the trail, looks like into some clearing, some logging they've done, but yeah, I'll check back in with you guys here shortly. Beautiful tree there. Fall is definitely coming with that red. Quite nice. The trail has been twisting and turning, going through all kinds of different areas of vegetation, and now it looks like I am going down, down, down. I don't know if this is a road or looks like a creek. I see a creek, but yep, and there's a crossing. This is pretty. Oh, that thing is sagging something severe. Yes, it is. But it's pretty. Look at the sag on that thing, huh? I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not deep. If I have to take my shoes off and walk it, I'll walk it. Pretty. Oh, yeah, and clear. I have not checked far out to know which one this is. I could get in that and bathe and swim if I wanted to. I'm not going to. It's not super hot. It has warmed up. And I have water. I am going to stop for a minute, check far out, and yeah, here I go. I'm going to cross. And again, like I say, it's sagging, and the reason it's sagging is because it's made by 2x material instead of, ooh, listen to that thing. Listen. Yeah, there is a hand cable here. Thankfully, I am going to grab it in case it does collapse. I doubt it will, but yeah, it's pretty. But yeah, it's bowed pretty bad. A bunch of minnow in there. Ooh, they've added these little strings here so that you can see it, I guess. Hey, there's a guideline here is what they're saying. Let's cross. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's cross it. Garner Creek. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to step up here and look back at it. Garner Creek Bridge crossing. Pretty. Pretty down in here. Look at that dead. Looks like a pine tree that's right there on the creek edge. down here on Garner Creek. I am coming up of Garner Creek bottom down there. It's kind of soggy, beautiful down in there. I have gone 4.5 miles so far of my 17-mile hike. It's been a month since I hiked. I had 4 jobs that I had to go and complete. That is a disgusting pile of bear poop right in the big, wet, soggy, patty bear, for sure. I almost stepped in that. Yeah, so like I was saying, I had some work I had to complete with my job before I could get back out. I'm trying to post more videos, but, you know, life. Yeah, it's nice down in here. Leaving that Garner Creek bottom, gone 4.5 miles. Got about 11, 12 miles to go. I am feeling a little something in my left knee. I think I'm gonna be okay. I've got time, I believe. I did stop and get a snack. I ate a boiled egg and some mixed nuts. I ate the whole bag of nuts. So I am using up some energy as I make my way. I'll check back in with you guys here shortly. Came across this super cool hikers only sign, chapter 51-4.002, article 13, Florida Administrative Code. I want a sign like that. It's reflective, it's metal, it's a real sign. It's been nailed on. Very cool. Hikers only. Passing through an area, I looked at the map. They've got a little flower emblem. That means it's scenic. And they're calling this a pine forest conservative regrowth. So these are younger. These are probably only 5 years old, if that. These little pine trees, saplings, they're bigger than saplings, but these little pine trees, they're calling this a conservative regrowth area. Pretty. Came across this in the middle of the trail. I'd say it's bear poop. See all the fur in that? It had got it a squirrel, looks like. Could be coyote poop, but the size of it, it's bear poop with a lot of fur. That definitely got itself either a squirrel or a rabbit or a bunch of baby squirrels, baby rabbits, probably. There are also some berries, looks like some kind of seeds in there, so that's how I know it's probably not coyote. But yeah, there's a bunch of animal parts and pieces in that poo. It's disgusting, but interesting. Let's talk about this Yellow River Water Management Area. That's how this section of trail, Florida Trail, gets its name. It is in connection to the river, the Yellow River, but it's actually not named directly because of the river, because of the managed area. This is a wilderness, a forest managed by the state. And even though this trail, like I mentioned before, I don't think it ever goes down towards or onto the river, like where I can see the river, like the Cimarron Trail section does. It passes through the Yellow River Water Management Area or forest. Yeah, interesting fact. Check in with you in a bit. So the trail I've just come from that way is leaving the woods, is going to enter this field here, a big clearing, and they have cleared most of everything out of it. Some small saplings growing in there and a lot of tall grasses. I'm not exactly sure how far it's going to go across or if it's going to skirt along the edge, but the vegetation and the terrain are changing. Check back in with you shortly. So this field is quite large, and the trail, oops, almost tripped there. The trail goes right to the edge of the field. There's a tie swamp down there. I don't know if you can see that field of tall grasses. I imagine there are probably deer out in there laying down, sleeping or grazing, chewing their cud. That's what they do, but very beautiful. And it is massive. I don't know if you can see the trees way beyond, back out in there, but it is a huge grass field, and the trail runs on the edge of it, right between a tai swamp, which is that way, and then this field that way. Beautiful, tall grasses. Yeah, again, I imagine there are deer out in there laying down. You can't see them. You can't see them until they get up. They'll get up to go pee or poop, and then they'll lay back down. And at night, they'll get up. But it is quite beautiful. All right, check back in with you in a bit. Came across this sign here. It is on the far out map. It used to be blank. Looked like somebody has tagged it with some graffiti. I'm not sure what it used to be, but on the back side it says bus stop. Not out here. That's been repurposed. It was something at one time and is no longer. Now it's a bunch of graffiti. Not sure what that says. With a big field of grass like that, you get a lot of mice and rodents. And with mice and rodents, you get snakes. Rattlesnakes. Yeah, I wouldn't go walking across that, especially now that it's warmed up, without some gator shin protectors, or some boots. Yeah, snakes, for sure, because there's mice, and that's their favorite prey. Walking along here, I smell water, and the vegetation has changed. I've left that field, and sure enough, there's a crossing. Ooh, 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 look at that. Yeah, you've got some 4x6s that are positioned with girdered on top of a stump with another 4x, or what is that, a 4x6? Yeah, but it's flowing. If you needed water, you could get water out of it. Let's check it before we just go dancing across it. Yeah, it's secure. Water down there. Yeah, it's flowing and it's clear. I'm going to check my water, and I'm going to check far out here in a minute to see where I'm at. This may be just another one they call tannic, because I don't see a sign. But I'll check back in with you shortly. Hi. I decided to stop. It is 10:58. It's almost 11 o'clock. I would say it's time for lunch. Maybe brunch. I need something to eat. I'm going to check my feet. Going to hydrate my chili that my wife made me. It's chicken chili, low glycemic. I've got it in the Talenti gelati canister here in the bag, and I'm going to hydrate it and put it in my pack, and I'll eat it later. What's on the menu? I'm going to be having some green olives with the pimento filling. Love them. A few red grapes and some dehydrated peanut butter. I'll just put some water in there, mix it up in the bag, bite off the corner, squirt it in my mouth, gobble it down good. Yeah, so I am sitting in the middle of a trail. I have found a log to sit on, and just going to sit for a bit. It's getting warm. I'm feeling a little something in my feet, but I think they're fine. Next watering hole is Burnt Grocery Creek. It's rather famous on the trail. It's wide, it's beautiful, it's got an interesting name, Burnt Grocery Creek. Man, I'd love to know the history of old Burnt Grocery Creek. I'll check back on you guys here shortly. See you in a bit. More of these orange speckled mushrooms here in the middle of the trail. Pretty. Not sure what they are. They are pretty.
Sunrise breaks quiet on a panhandle line. Through the long-leaf pine, the morning starts to shine. Got my water bottle and my canvas pack strap, leaving the noise of the main road on the map. The ground is soft and sandy, the path is hard-won, walking under timber that's been standing since the sun first hit this forest floor, deep in Florida time, stepping out the rhythm of this low.
I am 0.7 mile from Burnt Grocery Creek. Wow, look at all those little mushrooms, large mushrooms, orange. Let me zoom in here and you can see the one that's there. Pretty. Quite beautiful. Yeah. So, like I was saying, I am 0.7 or maybe 0.6. Look at these little mushrooms. That one there is almost red. Interesting. Once I get down to Burnt Grocery Creek, I'm going to stop, check my feet, drink up, get some water, check the map. That's kind of like a midway point for this trip today. That's going to be, I think, like 7 miles I've gone. Right now I'm in a pine and oak forest. I think they're calling it, on the thing they're calling this a thicket. But it is beautiful. There have been some pushed down trees across the trail, quite a bit of them pushed down. Some of them almost snapped right across the trail. Not sure what that's all about, but yeah, there are some smaller trees that have recently been pushed into the trail purposely. Yeah, I will check in with you guys once I get down to Burnt Grocery Creek. All right, okay, going down the trail here, I have come to a little clearing, and there is, looks like a campsite here. It's not marked on anything. Somebody has the rim of a tire with a grill in it and a block to sit on. And up there is a can. Could be somebody's hunting camp or just a place to stop off on the trail. Burnt Grocery Creek is 1/10 of a mile down the trail, so we're really close to Burnt Grocery Creek. But yeah, there's a little campsite here. It's not listed. People have used it. I'm going to carry on down the trail. Trail is going down, down, down. I must be nearing this Burnt Grocery Creek. This is definitely a bottom. This is dropping, big time dropping. I'm seeing bamboo, cypress, and cedar. So I must be coming into it close here. Yeah, I see it up ahead there. Gotta watch out for all these cypress knees. There it is. Oh, it's pretty. It's big. Oh yeah, look at that log. What's the sign say? Burnt Grocery Creek. Oh yeah. Look at that. It's got a cable to go across. I'm gonna hop up here and see. Let's see, there's a cable. Little hand cable there. You can grab onto. Oh, she's shaky. She's shaky, and you could get in that and swim, and it's paralleled by looks like another cedar log that is dropped. You could probably try to cross that, but oh, that's probably 4 or 5 feet deep down in there. The video doesn't really show it, but shaky, shaky. Oh, it's pretty. It's pretty and it's big. I'm not going to get in and swim. I only have a little bit of bug spray on me, and it's wearing off, and I did not bring more. I think I'll be fine. The temperature is warmed up, but I kind of want to avoid the chiggers. I think you know why. They'll eat you up. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cross this Burnt Grocery Creek bridge. Oh, made it. There's a little spike sticking up right there. Kind of dangerous. I don't know if you can see that spike. Yeah, you step off that, on that spike, fall, hurt yourself. But that is the Burnt Grocery Creek and Bridge. Quite beautiful. Down here at Burnt Grocery Creek, stopped and took my shoes off. Got my camp flip-flops on. My feet are doing okay. I've got a little tenderness in one of my toes, but I think I'm going to be fine. Checking my hydrated chili here my wife made me. I hydrated it back there about an hour ago. Let's see what we got here. Delicious as always. Good stuff. So I'm going to get some water because I've pretty much drank all the water I have. Let my feet rest. Have my lunch. I've sprayed the last of the DEET that I have. I don't have any more. I think I'm fine. Then I'm going to get back on the trail. This is, it's 11:53, lunchtime. I'm midway. Doing pretty good. I'll check back in with you here shortly. I left the Burnt Grocery Creek and passed through a field and a little bottom, and I've now come to this sign. The sign is for the Alabama Connector. It's Florida National Scenic Trail Side Trail, which takes you to Alabama. It's also called the Connector. Blackwater State Forest. There's the Red Cliffs and a bunch of trails that they all go up to Alabama, and then those will lead on to Georgia, and then we'll connect to the Appalachian Trail. I plan next to do this 45-mile Blackwater Connector Trail, but not this time. I'm actually going to be going left, the Fort Pickens way. See the sign here, it'll say halt 11 miles. I've just come that way, and then Alabama 46 miles that way. What's it say on this way? Fort Pickens straight ahead, halt to the left. And I'm going to be going the Fort Pickens way. I've got about 8 miles to go, heading down that way. Check in with you in a bit. Hi there. Walking down this trail, Florida Trail, Yellow River section, just past the connector divider that goes up towards Alabama. It kind of is a Y. You can either go to the right or the left. I went to the left, heading towards Fort Pickens on the way out. I've got about 7.5 miles to go today till I reach the end and get picked up there off of 87 near the raceway. It's a dirt track, racetrack. Florida Trail comes out right next to it. But I just want to say that, I've never been in the Yellow River section, and it's gorgeous. I love it. It's very different than the part of Eglin. I mean, it's similar, got a lot of similarities, same region, but it's different. It's not maintained by Eglin, it's maintained by the state. There's a difference in it. Plus the terrain and the vegetation skirting along this river bottom the whole way in and out. It's just different. And I enjoy it. I like it. It has been quite beautiful. So to the left of me over here, behind you, where you're at, viewing this, is woods going downhill to the river. bottom. To the right is a cleared field where they've logged all the trees out. And I'm walking down this road here that's been graded out, and this trail is going to go down, and I imagine it's going to enter back into the woods here shortly. I'm seeing the blazes, and I'm going to keep following. I'm seeing horse hooves. People bring their horses down here, and I'm seeing some motorcycle tracks. And a lot of footprints. So people are using this trail quite a bit. That's a big cleared field right there. But yeah, I'm going to keep on keeping on. Get the sun in my eyes here, but just seeing a lot of animal tracks. Deer and bear, bobcat, a lot of tracks, armadillo, people, snakes. Yeah, I'm going to keep going. Check in with y'all here in a bit. Walking along here, I have come to the first paved road. And the trail crosses over there. There's a big sign. Let's see what the sign says. It says, Longleaf Pine Wiregrass Restoration, Blackwater River State Forest. And that's what I have just come out of. Road down that way. It's pretty through here. Road that way. The trail gonna cross over that way. The trail has been going down, 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 down. And what I see through there is water. A large body of water. You see that blue through there? It's a swamp. Wow. A jet flying over, but yeah, there's a swamp down there. Pretty. I wonder if I can get a closer look. Got to be real careful. There's gonna definitely be some gators down there. But yeah, I will check back in with you guys here as soon as I figure out what this is gonna do. It looks like there's a little bit of a trail down here. I'm gonna walk very carefully. Very carefully, because this is more of an animal trail down to this swamp, and I'm going to keep my eyes out for snakes. Wow, look at that. And for gators. Look at the size of those cypresses over there. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at this. Look at these knots. Look at this twisted, tangled mass of tree knots. Yeah, I'm going to walk down there even further. Just want to be careful. Oh, look at this. Something here. Looked like it was a chair or something. It's long rotted. It was a pallet or something. Somebody had come down here. There's a bit of fencing. There's some fence going around it. Not sure what they were trying to do there. I don't know if you can see the fence, but that is quite beautiful in there. Swamp. Leaving that swamp back in there, cypress swamp, is quite beautiful. I walked down to another section, and there was a primitive campsite down there, and a road that drove down to it that you could take your cars and camp. And I walked down in there and looked around, and what I discovered was that the actual swamp is probably a spring, because the water was very clear in there. Now it's cypressy, and There were turtles and seaweed and lily pads. It was cypress swamp, but it was blue and green down in there. It was quite beautiful. I'd have to check my map to see exactly what swamp that is. I would actually collect water from that. It was so clear. I know it looked, getting hung up, I know it looked stagnant or swamp-like, but no, it's probably a spring that's up in there somewhere feeding it, or it wouldn't have been that clear. I mean, it was clear. In some areas, it was a light green blue. Yeah, I'll have to check. Leaving that area, or at least I'm still skirting around that. It's still down in there. So I've come up, and now I'm about to go back down around it. I'll check back in with you guys here shortly. Coming to another road crossing here. Sun's gonna blow it out that way, but I see houses, and speed limit says 20 miles an hour. Watch for children. Little neighborhood crossing the road, and I'm just gonna keep on going. Keep on keeping on. Walking along here, I have come to a sign, and it says Wild Azalea Campsite. I guess that's up ahead there or to the left. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually go down to that campsite or not. If I do, I'll check back in with you. Walking down past Wild Azalea Campsite, come to a little branch or a little stream here to the right, and there is a little bridge crossing. I may check to see if I need water because that is flowing and that is clear. Yeah. It's got a metal, there's a metal grate to cross it. Yeah. Small little stream here. A lot of little water beetles in the water. Oh, what do you know? It comes from right out of the ground right there. It comes out from underneath. Right there. I just left that little stream there, and I did get water. I checked far out, and the next water supply, when it looks like it's going to be the last one, it's called Seepage Stream. Yeah, that doesn't sound too appetizing. So I went ahead and got water at that stream, and I looked at far out, and that stream was called Stream. How original. So I've got 2 miles of woods left, and 6.7 miles of trip today, but those other 4 miles are going to be on the road. I don't normally like to hike the road, but I need to walk all the way up so that my ride can pick me up at 6 o'clock. So I still got quite a bit of a trek, but I've got 2 miles of woods left.
Sun broke hard and humid on the long-lived pine stand. Just me and the miles in this wild, lonely land. Pack sits snug on my shoulders, got my compass in hand. A speck of ambition on the shifting white sand. I left the map folded, the pavement is far. Searching for silence beneath the midday star. Stepping easy, stepping light.
Gone about 9 miles. And my left knee is very angry at me. I've still got, I don't know, 6 miles to go more. I've got another 1.5 miles before I get out of the woods. Then it's going to be road walking, so I think it'll be okay. I've got to go. I've got to keep going, but that left knee, it is not happy at all. But yeah, so I didn't hike for almost a month, and I'm going on a 16.5 mile hike today. Coming out of the woods here. Look at all that burnt area behind me there. Neat looking. Got the sun to my face. But yeah, my knee. Oh, it's not happy. Oh no. It wants me to give up and sit down and cry. Nope. Not gonna do it. I'm gonna keep going. Keep on keeping on. That's right. I can't keep on no more. Yeah, I'm gonna walk through this burnt field. Trail follows through it. Look at that. Look at all that. Yeah, I've come out of the woods and now I'm into this burnt field. But yeah, my knee, it's trying to make me stop. But I keep talking to it and I'm like, where are we gonna stop? There's no phone booth out here. You know, there's no 7-Eleven. We're just gonna have to keep going. Me and my knee. I have to keep doing it. I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Me and my knee. I took a little stop back there and ate some olives and I had a boiled egg. Took a couple Advil and just let my knee rest a little bit. Actually feeling a little better. I'm slowing my pace down a little bit. I've got about a half a mile of woods left. Then it's going to be on the road all the way up to 87, which should be a lot easier to traverse because this is all up and down and stumps. And yeah, it's not, you walk a mile out here, it's more like walking 3 miles on the road. It's more treacherous, up and down. You've got to watch where you're going. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, having some issues with my knee. I think it's going to be okay. Check back in with you guys here shortly. On the way down that road, I came to this huge lake called Nicholas Lake, or Nicholas Lake, and to the left, it drains off into this. And you can see that all the neighborhood comes down here and swims, and I'm gonna walk out here to the end of this pipe. That is deep, and that is cold, and that is clear, and that is quite beautiful. Yeah, you can see that the locals will come down over there, drive down. They've got a little slide, and there's a swing back in there. But that's pretty deep. Yeah. Thought it was interesting. I had to walk down and check it out. Slim. And I came across another hiker from Pennsylvania. He's going southbound. This is Turbo.
How y'all doing?
Got started up at the northern terminus. There at Fort Pickens. And he's getting ready to hit the woods over here, heading into the Yellow River section.
Yeah.
Have fun, buddy.
Just hanging at the lagoon right now.
Hanging down at the lagoon.
Nice to meet you, brother.
You too, man. Well, that's it. The end of the woods. Civilization. The long road walk. It's not going to be much to see but houses and little chihuahuas chasing me up and down as I go. It never fails. Their little dogs will be out just yapping at me as I go. It's been great. I highly, highly recommend the Yellow River section of the Florida Trail. It is beautiful down in there. Lovely, quite lovely. I'll see you guys on the next hike. It's going to be the Blackwater Connector. It's a 45-mile hike all the way up to Alabama. See you next time.
Sunrise breaks quiet on a panhandle line. Through the long leaf pine, the morning starts to shine.